Top 5. Best foods to flush out toxins and lower creatinine. Do you wake up in the middle of the night, rushing to the bathroom, unable to get back to sleep? What if the real solution lies in everyday foods that not only calm your bladder, but also help flush out toxins and lower creatinine naturally? In this video, you'll discover 5 powerful foods that protect your bladder, support your kidneys, and improve nighttime comfort. Science has shown that certain foods contain natural compounds that directly influence bladder health. Polyphenols, fiber, and unique antioxidants can help calm irritation, relax muscles, and even prevent harmful bacteria from sticking to the bladder wall. The 5 foods you are about to discover are not exotic or difficult to find. They are in every grocery aisle, yet most of us overlook their protective power. Stay until the end because the bonus tip is not food at all. It is a routine that can reset your nightly pattern. Let's kick things off with something gentle, cooling, and fiber-rich, starting with pears. Pears may seem like an ordinary fruit, but they hold an impressive mix of nutrients that can make a real difference for bladder comfort. One medium pear provides around 6 grams of dietary fiber, which makes up a significant portion of adults' daily needs. Fiber plays a crucial role in keeping the digestive system regular, and that matters more than many people realize. When constipation builds up, the pressure can rest directly on the bladder and make nighttime urgency worse. By keeping the bowels moving smoothly, pears indirectly give relief to the bladder. The same medium pear also contains nearly 200 milligrams of potassium, a mineral that keeps muscles working properly. This includes the bladder muscle, which needs steady potassium levels to contract and relax in a controlled way. Pears are also low in acidity compared to other fruits, which means they are gentle on the bladder lining and less likely to trigger irritation. Have you ever noticed how acidic foods can sometimes make you feel uncomfortable soon after eating? Pears also contain sorbitol, which is a natural sugar alcohol found in certain fruits. Sorbitol draws water into the intestines, softens stool, and encourages regular bowel movements. That helps prevent straining, which can push against the bladder and worsen symptoms of urgency at night. In addition, pears provide flavonoids, a group of plant compounds known for calming inflammation in the body. Bladder tissues are sensitive, and when they become inflamed, the urge to urinate often increases. By adding pears regularly, you bring in anti-inflammatory support that soothes these tissues. The best way to enjoy pears is to eat 1 medium fruit each day. Many people like them sliced into salads with spinach and walnuts, where you also gain omega-3 fatty acids from the nuts that further reduce inflammation. Lightly poached pears without added sugar make a gentle dessert option in the evening. When buying, look for Bartlett or Bosc varieties that are slightly firm to the touch. Avoid fruit with visible bruises, because damaged skin often means the inside will spoil faster. Ripen pears at room temperature, then move them to the refrigerator to keep them fresh longer. There are a few points of caution worth noting. Eating too many pears can mean too much sorbitol, which may cause bloating or gas. Canned pears packed in syrup should also be avoided because the high sugar content can irritate the bladder and lead to unnecessary spikes in blood sugar. Do you include pears in your daily meals? And if so, how do you usually prepare them? Drop a comment below because your ideas might give others new ways to enjoy them. If pears keep things calm and gentle, our next fruit sneaks in more than just sweetness. It protects your urinary system with powerful antioxidants. Let's crunch into apples. Before we go on, I'd love to know where you're watching from and what bladder issues you're working through right now. If you're trying to manage nighttime urination naturally, make sure to subscribe to Kidnease and turn on the notification bell. And if this video helps, type 1 in the comments or 0 if it doesn't. Apples are one of the most familiar fruits, yet they bring an impressive range of compounds that can directly support bladder and urinary health. A medium-sized apple contains around 4 grams of fiber, which helps regulate digestion and prevent constipation. Constipation can press against the bladder and increase the urge to urinate, especially at night. The same apple delivers vitamin C, which is important for immune function and the repair of tissues, including the delicate lining of the bladder. Apples are also rich in quercetin, a plant compound that works as an anti-inflammatory, helps calm irritation in the urinary tract, and supports kidney function by lowering oxidative stress linked with high creatinine. Have you ever noticed how some fruits can leave your stomach feeling heavy while others feel light and refreshing? Apples belong to the group that gives comfort rather than discomfort. The skin of the apple is where much of the antioxidant strength is found. Antioxidants reduce oxidative stress, which is the process where unstable molecules damage healthy tissues. The bladder wall is particularly sensitive to this type of stress, and consistent intake of antioxidant-rich foods helps protect it. Studies from institutions like Cornell University have shown that polyphenols in apples reduce the risk of urinary tract irritation and promote better urinary flow. The best way to include apples is simple and enjoyable. Eating 1 medium apple a day is enough, and the timing makes a difference. Having it earlier in the day or before 6 in the evening helps the body use the natural sugars for energy instead of storing them before sleep. A baked apple with cinnamon, but no added sugar, makes a warm dessert that soothes the bladder, while also being naturally sweet. Fresh slices with almond butter provide a balanced snack where the protein and healthy fat in almonds slow down the absorption of sugar from the apple, keeping blood sugar steady and reducing bladder irritation. When buying apples, choose firm and crisp varieties such as Fuji, Honeycrisp, or Gala. They hold their flavor well and are less likely to become mealy. Apples are often listed among the fruits most exposed to pesticides, so organic is recommended when possible. If organic is not available, washing apples under running water and peeling them can reduce pesticide residue, although peeling removes some nutrients. There are also risks to be aware of. Apple juice is widely consumed, but it is high in sugar and lacks fiber, making it less helpful for bladder health. Eating apples too close to bedtime can also trigger acid reflux in some people, which can irritate the bladder and disturb sleep. An interesting combination is to pair apple slices with a handful of oats. Oats contain beta-glucan fiber that supports cholesterol balance and digestive health, which together with apples creates a bladder-friendly meal. If you're finding this useful so far, please hit the like button. It may feel small, but it shows YouTube this content matters and helps Kidnease reach more people who need it. If you believe others could benefit too, tap that thumbs up now. We have covered soft and crunchy, and now it is time for something juicy that has been studied for circulation, kidney support, and even lowering nighttime urgency. Let's talk about grapes. Grapes may look small and simple, but they carry a wide set of nutrients that play a strong role in bladder health. A single cup of grapes gives about 104 calories, which makes them a light option that does not overload the body. That same cup contains close to 288 milligrams of potassium, which helps control fluid balance and reduces strain on the bladder. Grapes are also known for resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant that supports circulation and lowers inflammation inside delicate tissues, including the bladder lining. Have you ever noticed how some foods leave you feeling heavy while others refresh you instantly? Grapes tend to refresh, and this is partly due to their high water content paired with low acidity that calms nighttime bladder irritation. Eating grapes at the right time and in the right portion makes a real difference. A cup in the afternoon gives hydration and energy without interfering with sleep. Frozen grapes can serve as a cooling snack in the evening, replacing desserts that are heavy in sugar and fat, both of which can make bladder symptoms worse. Mixing grapes into yogurt with flax seeds adds omega-3 fatty acids, which further fight inflammation and support cardiovascular health. This type of pairing creates a snack that not only comforts the bladder but also strengthens overall body function. When buying grapes, there are a few details that help you get the best quality. Grapes should be firm and attached to green stems, since brown or dry stems often mean the fruit is older. Red and purple grapes are especially valuable because they carry higher levels of polyphenols than green grapes, and polyphenols are strongly linked with better urinary protection. Research from the University of California, Davis, has shown that grape polyphenols reduce oxidative stress inside urinary tract tissues and can support healthy cell repair. That means grapes do more than taste good, they actively work on a microscopic level to defend the bladder. There are, however, mistakes to avoid. Grape juice looks like an easy alternative, but it is high in sugar and lacks the fiber that helps regulate digestion and stabilize blood sugar. Eating too many grapes in one sitting can also lead to loose stools because of their natural sugar alcohol content. Another point to remember is that very high intake of resveratrol may interact with certain medications like blood thinners, so moderation is key. If grapes bring circulation and antioxidant strength, the next fruit has been praised for centuries as a symbol of vitality, and science now supports its benefits. Let's turn our attention to the ruby red power of pomegranates. Pomegranates have been valued for centuries as a fruit of strength and healing, and modern science continues to show why. A single cup of arils provides about 7 grams of fiber, which supports steady digestion and helps prevent constipation that can place extra pressure on the bladder. That same cup delivers close to 400 milligrams of potassium, an essential mineral that balances fluids and eases strain on the kidneys. In addition, pomegranates are a rich source of vitamin C, and this vitamin strengthens immunity and protects the lining of the urinary tract from bacterial attack. Have you ever noticed how foods high in both fiber and fluid tend to leave you feeling lighter and more energetic? Pomegranates belong exactly in that group. One of the most unique features of this fruit is its punicalagins. These are rare polyphenols that hold strong anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. Researchers from the National Institutes of Health have reported that punicalagins can help reduce harmful bacteria that often cling to the bladder wall, lowering the risk of irritation and infection. This makes pomegranates not only nutritious, but also protective on a cellular level, since reducing inflammation inside urinary tissues helps prevent long-term damage. The best way to benefit from pomegranates is through their arils, the juicy seeds inside. 1/2 to 1 cup per day is considered an ideal amount. They can be blended into smoothies along with spinach and banana, which adds extra magnesium and potassium for better muscle function. Sprinkling arils over oatmeal gives both texture and nutrition, especially when paired with pumpkin seeds that add zinc for immune support. Even simple additions to salads bring both color and nutrients, making it easy to keep them in a daily diet. Do you usually eat pomegranates on their own, or do you like mixing them into recipes? When buying pomegranates, choose fruits that feel heavy in the hand, because heavier fruits contain more juice. Fresh arils are far better than packaged juice, which is often processed with added sugars and citric acid that may irritate sensitive bladders. Whole fruits store well at room temperature for several days, and once opened, the arils stay fresh in the refrigerator for up to 5 days. There are some cautions to remember. Drinking too much juice made from pomegranates can upset the bladder because of its acidity, and eating too many seeds at once can cause stomach discomfort. Moderation is always the safest approach, even with a fruit this beneficial. I would love to hear from you. Do you prefer eating fresh arils, or do you enjoy blending them into smoothies? Drop a comment and let's see how many creative ways people are using this fruit. Now, for something tart, sharp, and widely studied for urinary tract protection, we move toward the powerhouse of proanthocyanidins. Let's take a closer look at cranberries. Cranberries are one of the few fruits that have been consistently studied for urinary health, and the results are impressive. A single cup of fresh cranberries contains about 4 grams of fiber and nearly a quarter of the daily value for vitamin C, which together strengthen immunity and improve digestion. Better digestion means less pressure on the bladder, while vitamin C creates an acidic environment in urine that helps slow bacterial growth. Have you ever noticed how some people always recommend cranberry juice for urinary discomfort? There is a reason for that advice, but it only works when you choose the right kind. What makes cranberries stand out from most fruits is their concentration of compounds called proanthocyanidins. These unique plant compounds act almost like a shield, stopping bacteria from attaching to the bladder wall. Without that sticky grip, harmful bacteria get flushed out more easily, lowering the chances of urinary tract irritation. The National Centre for Complementary and Integrative Health has confirmed that cranberry compounds are linked to fewer recurrent urinary tract infections, especially in people who deal with them often. This is why cranberries are not just a seasonal fruit, but a long-term investment in urinary well-being. The best way to get benefits is through fresh cranberries or pure unsweetened juice. Half a cup of fresh berries is a good portion, or 1 small glass of unsweetened juice per day. Dried cranberries can also be useful, but only if they are unsweetened and free from sulfites, since added sugars and preservatives can irritate the bladder and undo the potential benefits. A simple way to use them is by mixing a handful into oatmeal or sprinkling them over plain yogurt, which adds probiotics that further support gut and bladder health. Do you prefer eating cranberries as fresh fruit, dried pieces, or in juice form? When buying cranberry juice, always check the label carefully. Many bottles labeled as cranberry drinks or cocktails are mostly water, sugar, and artificial flavoring, which can worsen bladder irritation. Organic or pure unsweetened options are best, even if they taste tart at first. You can soften the sharpness by mixing them with water or blending with other mild fruits like pears or apples. There are a few things to be careful about. Drinking too much cranberry juice can thin the blood and may interact with medications that already have that effect. Cranberries are also acidic, which means that very sensitive bladders may react to them. Starting with small portions is the safest way to see how your body responds. I would love to know your thoughts. Do you use cranberries regularly for bladder health, or do you avoid them because of their tartness? Drop a comment and share your experience with others who may be curious. Those were the fruits, but there is one more surprising technique that goes beyond food and can significantly reduce bladder strain at night. Let's turn our attention to the bonus tip of pelvic floor relaxation exercises. Many people think about diet when it comes to bladder health, but pelvic floor relaxation is just as important. The bladder is supported by a network of muscles in the pelvic area, and when these muscles stay tense, the bladder cannot empty fully. Incomplete emptying often leads to the urgent need to urinate at night, which is frustrating and disruptive to sleep. Have you ever noticed how tension in your body builds up without you realizing it? The same thing happens in the pelvic region, and over time this constant tightness adds pressure on the bladder. A simple routine before bed can make a real difference. Deep belly breathing for just 5 to 10 minutes relaxes the abdominal wall and signals the pelvic muscles to release. Gentle stretches such as lying down with knees to the chest or using the happy baby position from yoga encourage openness in the pelvic area. Cleveland Clinic specialists highlight that patients who practiced relaxation techniques had fewer episodes of urgency and improved bladder control. The key is focusing on relaxation rather than strengthening. Kegel exercises help some people, but if used incorrectly, they can create more tightness and worsen the problem. I would love to hear from you. Have you ever tried relaxation exercises for bladder control, or do you focus mostly on diet changes? We have reached the end, so let's take a more detailed look at a short checklist that can guide your daily habits. Keeping track of simple daily habits can make bladder care and kidney health much easier. One medium pair each day provides fiber and sorbitol that calm the bladder. A daily apple adds quercetin and gentle fiber that reduce irritation. 1 cup of grapes supplies resveratrol and hydration support. Half to 1 cup of pomegranate arils protects the bladder lining with antioxidants. Half a cup of fresh cranberries or 1 glass of pure unsweetened juice strengthens defense against urinary tract infections. Finally, a short routine of pelvic floor relaxation before bed reduces urgency and helps the bladder empty more fully. Do you already follow any of these steps? If this video supported you, don't leave without subscribing to Kidnease. And if you feel I truly spoke to your struggle and gave a solution that helps, type relief in the comments. I'd love to know this brought you value.